The new year started for me with a player I used to work with and who's a good friend now. While Yuri was working with Ivan in Vienna and Sebastian was starting with his fitness program in his hometown Graz, I traveled to Egypt. More precisely, I found myself in El Gouna, an interesting place just north of Hurghada. Hurghada is obviously well known for a holiday destination that looks a bit like this. El Gouna is not that well known yet. El Gouna was founded 1989 by an Egyptian entrepreneur and became a city by now with its own infrastructure, mostly for wealthy people from all over the world. A hospital, school, as well as many hotels and restaurants, shops and so on. There is a variety of offers for the people living here. My visit was for a different purpose, of course, and, as expected, connected with tennis. Mohamed Safwat did his preparation with the Egyptian Davis Cup team here, and since he was again climbing up the ranking to around 390 in singles last year, he wanted to prepare himself as well for the upcoming year. We were working successfully together in 2019 and he achieved a ranking around 130 in 2020, just before the whole world came to a sudden end with COVID. In 2020, he qualified for the main draw into the Australian Open, and 2 weeks later, he won his first challenger in Australia as well. For Mohamed, this was very unfortunate because he was in a very good position to climb into the top 100 by having nothing to defend for 6 upcoming months. But we all know what happened in March 2020. For many tennis players, this period was a very hard hit, and Mohamed was one of them. By staying in Egypt and having very tough conditions to practice, he was not able to maintain his level, and the upcoming time after was very challenging for him, especially mentally. He was struggling once he started competing again and at one point thinking about quitting. After a timeout and overthinking, I was glad to hear that he decided to try it once again, and he started with futures to come back, which is not easy to do. Anyway, this year he will try to succeed on the next level, the challengers, and hopefully my time here will help him a bit to master it. Beside his personal career, Safwat is also getting more engaged into the Egyptian tennis. He is playing captain for the Davis Cup team and therefore challenged with some other aspects as well. The Egyptian team has the next tie in Ecuador in February, and organization-wise, there are many things to consider because the visa situation for players from this part of the world can be quite tricky. So, to make a good plan, including preparation tournaments, needs thinking early in advance and organization skills. Therefore, Mohamed is not getting bored these days. Karim Mamoun is the playing coach in the team. He had a career high of 225 in singles in 2017. He is not competing regularly anymore in tournaments, but since his level is still good and other players from Egypt are not able to fully replace him yet, he is still helping out in the team. The tough preparation units are not easy for him, but he is doing his part to be able to support his team as a player as well. Altogether, I knew all the players from the team from my travels to Futures in Egypt in the past, and it was interesting to see their developments. It is interesting to watch the change of the spirit when tennis players start to work as a team, and it is a welcome change. That was it for now from El Guna. A bit more of my time here in Egypt in my following video. I hope to see you next week again.